Welcome back, students. In our previous session, we have seen what is a cost and what are the cost elements for a product or a service. That session itself, we told that we are going to see why is a cost. Because without knowing why cost is that much important, learning more about costing is not useful. So now we will see why is cost. Why is cost means why all the organizations are interested in understanding the cost. They can very well price their product seeing their competitor, but that should not be done. That should not be done. So now we are going to see why it's a cost. Before understanding that, we need to clearly understand two things. One thing is whether it is going to be a product or service. Customers are procuring or consuming the service or the product based on two aspects. One thing is rational buying, whether either it can be a product or it can be a service, but customer is thinking twice or thrice before making their purchase. So this is, we term it as rational buying. Another thing is emotional buying. This is equally applicable both for product and service. Both for product and service, this is applicable. Rational buying means customer will search for the product. He will have clear understanding about what he requires, and he will go to 2 or 3 suppliers to understand whether his requirement is satisfied or not. He understands why each supplier is supplying at different prices and all, and he knows that at what price he can buy the product, at whatever be the price. He need to understand what is his capacity or budget for buying the product. Everything the customer knows. So that happens in case of buying a product, or it may happen in case of a service also. So that's called rational buying. So under rational buying, what the customer knows, that is customer understands product requirement. Then customer knows the suppliers, customer knows the production process, customer knows the difference in quality. So here we can't go and cheat the customer saying that compared to that product, my product is superior quality, so it is highly priced. So these and all we can't do, because customer itself will be doing his homework to understand about the product. Customer itself will be having his own research on understanding the goodness or badness of the product. The supplier cannot go and tell the customer that this is the clear product and all. So this is called rational buyer. So this buyer is a rational buyer, and there are another set of buyers are there, whether it is going to be a product or service, who are called emotional buyers. Emotional buyers means these people will replicate others. That means since because my neighbor is having that product, I will also go and buy. I won't think why I require the product and all. Such type of buyers are emotional buyers. And whenever the product is available cheap price buying. That means if the product is available cheap, they will go and buy. They won't think whether it is required for them or not. So these type of buyers are called emotional buyers, and these type of buyers are called rational buyers. So why this classification is required means, I will explain with some example also. So rational buyers mostly will be industrial buyers. Industrial buyers in the sense it is like B2B market. So in management concept, this is called B2B market. That means manufacturer selling a product to another manufacturer. That means manufacturer selling to another manufacturer. This is B2B market. So here the buying will be a rational buying. So நம்ம பார்த்த மாதிரி இதில் பர்ச்சேஸ் பண்ணுறவர் கண்டிப்பாக நமக்கு எந்த சப்ளையர்கிட்ட பொருளை வாங்கணும், எந்த ரேட்டுக்கு வாங்கினா நமக்கு கட்டுப்படியாகும், அப்படிங்கிறத கண்டிப்பாக பார்த்து தான் வாங்குறாங்க, அது இல்லாமல் வாங்க மாட்டாங்க. Then we will go to emotional buyers. Emotional buyers, we will take the example of movie tickets. Movie tickets, are we doing these many research to go for movie, or just like that we are going? It's always for pleasure and we are going for emotional based sentiments. That means my hero is there means I will go and buy the movie tickets at whatever be the price. ஸோ என்னோட தலைவர் வந்துட்டார், அவருக்கு நான் போய் மொதல் ஷோ பார்க்கணுங்கிற எமோஷனில் இருக்கிறவங்க அது என்ன ப்ரைஸாக இருந்தாலும் வாங்கிக்கிறாங்க. எதற்காக இந்த 2 டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் பார்க்குறோம் அப்படின்னா, இவருக்கு நம்ம எந்த ப்ரைஸ் கொடுத்தாலும் அவர் வாங்கிக்கிடுவார். அந்த படத்துக்கு ஆக்சுவலாக 150 ரூபா தான் டிக்கெட்டு, ஆனால் ஃபஸ்ட் டே ஃபஸ்ட் ஷோ நம்ம 1500 ருபீஸ்க்கு சேல் பண்ண முடியுது. 1500 அது எந்த பொருள்? 150 ரூபா இருக்கிற பொருளை 1500 ரூபாய்க்கு விற்க முடியுது இந்த இடத்துல. ஸோ அப்போ அந்த மாதிரி சுச்சுவேஷனில் காஸ்டிங்கிறது தேவையில்லை. ஸோ யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் தட் wherever emotional buyers are there, costing is not applicable. Actually, the supplier or the manufacturer won't be incurring that much cost. So first day movie, first show or subsequent shows, the theater won't have much difference in the cost. They will have the same cost, but they are charging more. Why? Means people are ready to pay. That means here they are playing with our emotion and the demand is more. Customer is also very interested in buying that thing, so customer is ready to pay. Here there is no concept of cost. So whenever your product is a emotional buyer's market, that market doesn't involve costing. So first thing is you understand that in emotional market, in emotional buyer's market, there is no application of costing. So there is no application of costing. We are not going to see cost aspect with respect to emotional buyers. I will give you some examples. What are the example means? Movies, we have seen the movies. Then dress materials, clothings, wearables, and then to some extent hospital. There also people are going for emergency purpose. Whatever be the money, they will start paying the money. So there also to some extent costing is not applicable. And fashionable goods. So these are the things for which people are very crazy. They will buy at whatever be their prices. ஸோ இந்த பொருளெல்லாம் கஸ்டமர்ஸு கண்டிப்பாக எதை யோசிக்க மாட்டாங்க, விலையை யோசிக்க மாட்டாங்க. அப்போ அந்த இடத்துல நமக்கு காஸ்ட்டுன்னு ஒரு இதை பற்றி யோசிக்க வேண்டியதில்லை. அது இல்லாத இடத்துல தான் நம்ம கண்டிப்பாக காஸ்ட்டை பற்றி பார்க்க வேண்டியிருக்கு. அப்போ அது எந்த இடத்துல இருக்குன்னா இண்டஸ்ட்ரியல் பையிங்னா, நான் இப்போ ஒரு பொருளை ஒரு பெரிய கம்பெனிக்கு சப்ளை பண்ணுறேன். நான் இப்போ ஒரு சின்ன சிப் மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணுறேன், அதை ஒரு கேமரா உற்பத்தி பண்ணுறவருக்கு சப்ளை பண்ணுறேன் அப்படின்னா அவர் என்கிட்ட நிறையா கேள்வி கேட்பார். என்கிட்டருந்து மட்டும் பொருளை வாங்க மாட்டார், என்ன மாதிரி ஒரு 4-5 சப்ளையர்கிட்டருந்து பொருளை வாங்குவார். அதுலேயே அந்த குவாலிட்டி இந்த குவாலிட்டி எல்லா குவாலிட்டி கம்ப்ளைண்ட்டும் இருக்கும். எது குவாலிட்டி கம்ப்ளைண்ட் ஆனாலும் எனக்கு ரிஜெக்ட் பண்ணிடுவார். ஸோ அப்போ அந்த சுச்சுவேஷனில் தான் காஸ்டிங்கிறது முக்கியமாயிருது. ஸோ ஹியர் யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் த ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், வென்எவர் we are going to supply to a industrial buyer, that is a rational buyer, he will always expect the cost to be more accurate. In that occasion we need to have more understanding about the costing. So why is costing is very relevant for rational buyers? Wherever you are finding your buyers are rational and thinking about the product cost, that occasion you need to be very clear about the cost. So this is the first situation. For rational buyer supplying, we need to have clear understanding about the cost. So next thing is we need to understand where cost is applicable is, in most of the occasion we are able to pass on the increase in cost to the customer, but in few occasion it won't be possible. That means increase in cost to be passed on to the customers. So this I will give you one colloquial example. நமக்கு காஸ்ட் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆச்சுன்னா அதை நம்ம கஸ்டமருக்கு பாஸ் ஆன் பண்ணுறது, கஸ்டமர்கிட்ட அதை வாங்க முடியுமா அப்படின்னு கேட்டால் எல்லா சிச்சுவேஷன்லேயும் முடியாது. இப்போ ஒரு ஹோட்டலுக்கு போகிறோம், ஆனியன் தோசை வேணுங்கிறோம், வெங்காயம் விலை கூடன்னு அவர் ஆனியன் தோசை விலை கூட சொல்கிறாரு. நம்மளுக்கும் ஆனியன் தோசை தான் வேணுங்கிறப்ப நம்ம அதை கொடுத்து வாங்கிடுறோம். ஆனால் வெங்காயம் விலை கூடன்னு சொல்லி அவர் இட்லியோட ப்ரைஸை கூட்ட முடியாது. ஏன்னா கஸ்டமர் கண்டிப்பாக என்ன கேட்பார், இட்லியில் எங்கே வெங்காயம் இருக்குது வேண்டாம் அப்படின்ட்டுருவாரு. ஸோ அப்போ அந்த பொருள் வேணும், எனக்கு இந்த ரா மெட்டீரியல் தான் வேணும்னு கஸ்டமர் வர்றப்ப அதோட ப்ரைஸை தான் நம்ம இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ண முடியும். இட்லிக்கும் யூஸ் பண்ணுற சாம்பாரில் கொஞ்சம் வெங்காயம் இருக்குதுன்னு நம்ம சொன்னாலும் கஸ்டமர் என்ன சொல்லுவார், எனக்கு அந்த சாம்பார் வேண்டாம், நான் சட்னி வச்சு சாப்பிட்டுக்கிறேன்ட்டுவார். இது கலோக்கியலாக சொல்கிற வேடிக்கையாக சொல்கிற எக்ஸாம்பிளாக இருந்தாலும் நான் ப்ராக்டிக்கலாக இதுதான் நடக்குது. ஸோ யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட், தட் மீன்ஸ் wherever you are able to make your customer understand that the reason for increase in cost is because of this reason, and your customer is also ready to pay for that cost, that time you can go for price increase. You can go and charge the higher price to your customer. Otherwise it won't be possible. So that you need to understand. That means what are the products you can pass on to your customer for price increase are called direct cost. So cost can be segregated into two, direct cost and indirect cost. So what is mean by direct cost means increase in cost can be passed on to the customer. That means customer also will accept, similar to the example we have seen for onion dosa. But increase in cost cannot be passed on to the customer. We will take the same example of hotel. So that means we are going to increase the price of all the products, saying that our rent increased. That means we are telling to the customer saying that my landlord increased the rent, so I am charging you more. Now customer will not accept. Customer is not worried about where we are having the hotel, how much rent we are paying, but customer is worried about the quality of raw material you are providing. So only he is ready to pay more for the onion we are using for onion dosa. So this is equally applicable for all the industries. So this also you need to understand. That means why is cost means in some occasion customer is totally not relevant or not recognizing your cost, that is emotional buyers, so their cost is not required. But if you are going to supply for a rational buyer, cost is very much relevant. And certain cost only we can ask the customer to pay more, since because your cost is increased. Not all the cost can be passed on. We have seen the example, whenever customers are coming to buy your product, that occasion customer is particular about particular quality of the product, means that product you can increase the cost. Example of onion dosa, where whenever the price of onion is increasing you can charge more, but customer will not be pay more for the product which is not prepared from onion. So in this situation you need to understand clearly about cost. So without understanding clear difference between direct or indirect cost or emotional or rational buyers, it will be very difficult to very difficult for you to fix your price. It will be very difficult for you to fix your price in such a situation where you are not clear about your cost. So in our next session we will further divide the cost into various classifications to understand better about the cost. Thank you.